because we Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the colors for tonight's ceremony is the Gaffney Oglesby Marine Corps League Detachment 1328. Please rise and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the colors are retired from the field. Thank you, Gaffney Oglesby Marine Corps League Detachment 1328. Everyone may be seated.
There. Good evening, families, friends, staff, and honored guests. I'm Joyce Varela, principal of Silver High School. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2026 at Silver High School. Tonight we celebrate the hard work, perseverance, and accomplishments of an incredible group group of students who have reached On behalf of Silver High School, it is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished guests, members of the school board, Mrs. Ashley Montenegro, School Board President, Dr. Michelle Diaz, School Board Vice President, Mr. Patrick Kahn, School Board Secretary, Mrs. Kim Clement, School Board Member, Silver Consolidated Schools Administration, Mr. Will Hawkins, Superintendent, and Mrs. Cindy Barrios, Associate Superintendent. We also have our Silver High School guidance counselors, Mrs. Martha Gomez Johnson, Mrs. Deborah Berry, Assistant Principals, Mrs. Tammy Cross, and Mr. Artie Sanchez. At this time, I also want to recognize the amazing faculty of Silver High School. Faculty and staff at this time, will you please rise? Finally, we want to recognize the proud families and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Graduates, this evening reflects years of dedication, growth, and memories that have shaped your journey. Although we will miss your smiles and faces in the halls and classrooms of Silver High School, we are proud of each of you and excited to see you spread your wings and fly into the world with confidence and continue to make your families, teachers, and administrators proud. We are anxious to see what you will accomplish beyond the walls of Silver High School. I'm thrilled to announce that 38 students in this year's graduating class have earned scholarships, offering an incredible total of $708,969. Class of 2026, tonight is your night to shine, so let's do this. At this time, Mrs. Cross and Mr. Sanchez will recognize our students who have received the academic designation of cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. When we call your name, students, please stand and remain standing to be recognized.
Cum laude, these students have at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA. Michael Amador.
Jordan Andazola, Iraldo Araga, Isabel Bennett, Evan Bigley, Nora Bratcher, Stevie Brines, Keisha Brown, John Campbell, Alexa Chavez, Carolyn Coltrane, Eden Cordero, Wyatt Donovan, Danity Gore, Amelia Guadiana, Nathan Hall, Leah Hartwell, Keaton Henderson, Mia Madrid, Christian Minus, Allie Miller, Kylie Pierpont, Zoe Ping, Jason Reyes, Alyssa Rios, Brianna Salas, Julian Sanchez, Michaela Sapien, Nisa Tijarero, Joel Valles, Isabel Villa, Cooper Zimmerman.
Okay, I have the privilege of announcing magna cum laude. These students have at least a 3.7 cumulative GPA. Oh, let's have these guys have a seat. Sorry, guys. And they must complete a rigorous course of study. Tayliana Castillo. Penelope Cisneros. Jace Eagle. Malak El Hosari, Myrna El Hosari, Emma Gropp, Faith Wenzel, Keanu Wilson. Good job, guys. You can be seated. All right, we have summa cum laude. These students have at least a 3.8 cumulative GPA. Brock Anderson Amato. Maxwell Johnson. Bailey Clement. Dane Kopanicki. Grace Montoya. Caitlin Rogers. Luke Staley. Allison Thadasis, and Logan Wood. Thank you. Wooten, sorry. Senior class president, you guys may be seated. Ms. Taylion Castillo will now introduce our guest speaker. Taylor, will you come forward?
It is my pleasure to introduce a proud New Mexican, lifelong educator, and dedicated public servant, Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales. Born and raised in Silver City, Lieutenant Governor Morales is a graduate of Silver High School and Western New Mexico, where he earned degrees in education before later completing his PhD in education from New Mexico State University. Long before serving in statewide office, He dedicated himself to the classroom as a teacher and successful coach, in investing in the lives of New Mexico students for more than a decade. His commitment to education and community leadership led him to public service, and in 2008, he was elected to represent District 28 in the New Mexico State Senate. During his 11 years in the Senate, he served on the influential Legislative Finance Committee, where he became known as a strong advocate for students, educators, and working families across our state. In 2018, New Mexicans elected him as the state's 30th Lieutenant Governor, alongside Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. Since taking office, Lieutenant Governor Morales has continued to champion transformative policies that strengthen education and support families. He played a key role in creating the Early Childhood Education and Care Department, fought for better pay and respect for educators and school staff, and helped secure historic investments in after-school and summer learning programs throughout New Mexico. Mostly recently, during the 2026 legislative session, he helped lead the effort to full fund free universal child care for New Mexico families, a bold first in the nation initiative that reflects his lifelong belief that every child deserves the opportunity to succeed. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. It's so good to be here with everyone. President Montenegro, board members of the Silver Consolidated School District, Superintendent Hawkins, Principal Varela, faculty and staff, family, friends, and graduates. Welcome to the 2026 Silver High School Commencement Ceremony. Before I get started, I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few individuals who may not get the recognition they truly deserve. But I want to recognize all those who work so hard to set up all the chairs, who set up the stage, the sound system, the decorations to make this so special. Big round of applause for all those. And it's only fitting, as we're here on Memorial Day weekend, that we take a moment to recognize those who have served in the public sector. If you're a member of the military, past or present, a member of emergency response teams, law enforcement, or fire, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize my colleagues, the people from my profession, of where I got started. And I never recognized and understood just how difficult and demanding it was to be an educator. And when I talk about being an educator, I'm not talking just about being a teacher. I'm talking about instructional assistants, those who drive our buses, those that are working in our custodial offices, or librarians, or administrators, or counselors, or coaches, or anybody that has a hand in the lives of these students. You're an educator, and please stand. Students, give them a big round of applause to all our educators. For those of you who may not know my background or aren't from here, I was born, raised, educated, and still live just up the street here in Silver City. And that was important to me when I chose to run for Lieutenant Governor, that I wouldn't have to leave my home community, because it's always been special to me. I was a student of 6th Street Elementary School, of a Grito Head Start. I went to the Smurf School right there on 32nd Street, where Silver Scholars is now at. I was a student at La Plata Middle School with Mr. Poole, who was our principal and became one of my best friends. And here, a student at Silver High School, where I had a principal like Mr. Gary Koger, who took me under his wing and didn't see me as a poor kid from the south side of town, but as a student and a person with potential. I had an opportunity to learn from people like Mr. L. McMillan and people like my math teacher, Mrs. Berry. Now, Mrs. Berry was not only my math teacher, she was also my lead teacher when I started teaching here at Silver High Opportunity School. And Mrs. Berry had an impact on me that has still shaped the way I have philosophy of education. We taught at Silver High Opportunity School, and at times students were behind in credit. And she shared with me that society will say that you messed up your bed, so lay in it. But a loving, caring, compassionate environment will say, you may have messed up your bed. Here, let me help you make it up. That has had the single most impact on my life and my work in education. Thank you, Mrs. Berry. And teaching here at Silver High School, such wonderful memories. Being student council sponsor, having the most energetic pep assemblies. Establishing the first Fellowship of Christian Athletes program. Coaching the 1996 state basketball champions and the 1997 state baseball championships with Lee Wilson and Claudie Thompson. And it was here 35 years ago on this very field that I graduated as a Silver High Fighting Colt in 1991. And I'll share with you, for those students who have some misconceptions about 1990s, actually the 1990s we did have color TV. In the 1990s, we also had Nintendos. It was an era where cell phones were first introduced and widely used. And all of you that love your music, whether it's with Spotify, YouTube Music, iTunes, we had Napster to start it all off. But to make it more close and personal here at home, the 1990s was actually a time where Mr. Wilson actually had red hair. And Mr. Diaz actually had hair. Mr. Sanchez was my teammate on the basketball court, which I would never pass the ball to him because he would not pass it back. He was too busy shooting three-pointers from half court. And Mr. Steve Aguirre was my baseball coach. And in the 1990s, Mr. Steve Aguirre started growing his mustache at that time. I was fortunate to be here with Mr. Corral as a principal hiring me and having the opportunity to be here to see the 1990s. Because in the 1990s, we also had a certain person who is dominating the basketball court for the Lady Mustangs, who in the 1990s was known as Alejandro Camacho. Alejandra Camacho, better known to you as Miss Alex Richard. So coming back tonight is extremely meaningful. It hits deep. You know, I've had the opportunity and the fortune to speak on the floor of the University of New Mexico pit for graduation ceremonies. I've had the opportunity to speak on the worldwide stage for NASA and talking about New Mexico's contributions to aerospace. And just recently, just came from the Pentagon, advocating for our farmers, our ranchers, and our military bases. But this one's special. Coming back here with each one of you, because I've been there and seen with my own eyes this class and what you guys mean to this community. I've been there to see just this year the senior class who were powder puff football champions. Congratulations. I've seen personally when I was at a basketball game in Chaparral where the referee blew the whistle, called timeout, only for Bailey Clement to think that he was wanting to do a high five, and she gave him a high five. And I've been here to be able to see some of the most beautiful, special summers that I've had on the softball field, coaching girls like Izzo Villa, EJ Jimenez, and Alexa Chavez. Wonderful memories. and to travel all around the region with players like Zoe Ping, Nisa Tijanero, Taylor Castillo, Elisa Rios, and Jordan Andazola, among others. And my job as Lieutenant Governor, we oversee 26 state agencies. And of those 26 state agencies, because of my background, my primary focus is on education. Overseeing the higher education department that gives every single one of you the opportunity, once you graduate, as a graduate of a New Mexico high school, your tuition is now and forever paid for by the state of New Mexico. Congratulations. And having the opportunity to oversee the newly created Early Childhood and Education and Care Department, which actually was a concept that was brought out right here in Silver City, and now has led us not only to be a leader across the nation, but across the world in how to deliver early childhood education. And you always go back to your roots, and my roots being in K-12, and recognizing that the whole reason I got into politics was because of education, and I didn't like the direction that it was going in, where there was too much focus on standardized testing. It gave me the opportunity to see, when I started, that as educators, we were the lowest paid in the region. Today, I'm proud to say that New Mexico educators are the highest paid educators in the whole Southwest region of the United States. And I oversee the 89 school districts and 99 charter schools around our state. And I travel every week to see what's happening in the schools, of how we can help and improve. And I can tell you, and I hope that the Silver City Daily Press, Albuquerque Journal, Santa Fe New Mexican, KOAT, KOB, or KRQE will quote me on this. Because without a doubt, the Silver Consolidated School District has the best superintendent in the state of New Mexico. Will Hawkins, please rise and be recognized. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize Mrs. Joyce Varela, who I had the opportunity to work with her at Cobre Schools. And her steady, calm leadership has been so effective for the students, and her focus to make sure that we prioritize emotional well-being, mental health, and student safety, just as important, if not more important, than student achievement. Ms. Varela, thank you for your leadership. And I couldn't give this speech without my daughter telling me that I better recognize her queens. And she made sure that I recognized her queens. Ms. Perkins, Mrs. Castillo, Mrs. McMillan, she wanted to make sure to recognize you and thank you for all that you do. During my time, throughout my studies, I tried to focus a lot on the concept of winning. And I'm not talking about winning on what the scoreboard says at the end of the day, or trophies, or conquering others. I'm talking about winning in the sense of how you look out for each other, how you're able to collaborate for the best results. And I can tell you that with the concept of winning, it truly does hit home that you guys have taught us. For all of you that may be in the audience who played for me or coached with me, you understood that I always was rooting for the underdog. So it was no secret that I was a fan of the Rocky movies. And my players would get so frustrated because every practice we would start by playing Eye of a Tiger. And the story of how you're down and out and determination, you fight and you come back for success. And one particular quote in that movie was saying, in life, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep on moving. You guys have taught us that. You guys have taught us to recognize that it's not only about moving, but keep loving, keep living, keep sharing. That is how winning is done. And some examples of how winning is done from this very class is by the example of Xavier Castillo, who is graduating this year, but as a freshman started being a firefighter right here in our community. That is how winning is done. Just I saw last week, all of our athletes out there competing in track and field, powerlifting. Our softball team were out there hot, exhausted, their faces full of dirt. They were tired, but they kept playing, working, and left it all on the field. That is how winning is done. When I see HOSA students, FCCLA students, when I see FFA students, and our National History Day students, and all of our other programs, who, whether you make it to nationals or not, you put your heart and soul into your projects, into your efforts. That is how winning is done. And when I see the kindness and generosity that classmates of yours like Braylon Lopez or Cooper Zimmerman or Allison Terrazas show others, that is how winning is done. And when I see a community come together, when a classmate and a family was in need, you stepped up. You were right there. And today, Janelle Portillo and her family celebrate her graduation. We love you. That is how winning is done. And winning is done when I'm at the local hardware store and I see parents like Jake Andazola who's looking for hardware stuff to make sure that he can make this graduation weekend as special as possible for his daughter. Or I see grandparents like Judy Brown or Mike and Bertha Castillo who'll travel all around the state to support their granddaughters. That is how winning is done. And then just recently, winning is done by teaching us that we are all JJ strong. That is how we win in fighting Colt Country. But I'd like to share that you're not leaders of the future. You're leaders now. You teach us lessons that we can take with us. And whether it's a lesson that Stevie Bryan shares that this wasn't like High School Musical at all, or Jeremiah Chacon who shares the only thing worth chasing is a dream, or Janet Igor who shares you learn, you change, you grow, or Benny Flores who will say the saddest thing in life is wasted talent, and choices that you make today will shape your life forever. And a person who understands adversity and is able to overcome it, Mr. Josiah Smokey Madrid, shares God gives us the toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, and you are soldiers. Mr. Luke Staley shares that there is no normal life. There is just life. Now get on with it. And Zanels Rendelman will share that if you fall down, it's okay. Just rub some dirt on it. And to all those that she loves, thank you for sticking around. Jacob Verdugo says God opens doors that we didn't even know existed. And a few lessons that I've learned in my career that I'd like to share with you could truly be summed up with math. Because in your life, you're going to have 4 people, different types of people who will enter. Some that will add value, add to your happiness, add to your dreams and your hopes. There'll be some that'll come in and they'll subtract from your peace, from your energy, from what it is that you're setting out to do. There'll be some that'll come into your life that will multiply, bring in that extra joy, bring in that extra opportunities, bring in eventually possibility for a future family. And then there's those that will come in your life that will try to divide, to bring drama, rumor, gossip. And you'll recognize these individuals and you'll choose who you want to surround yourself with. But more importantly, I challenge you, what type of person are you going to be when you enter into others' lives? Are you going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? I hope that you choose the positive. I'd also like to share some of the things that have gotten me furthest in life. It hasn't been the titles. It hasn't been the jobs that I've done. It hasn't been the trophies or any of that. I truly believe it's attitude and treating people with respect, with kindness, compassion, even through disagreements. And I think that's important to recognize. And 4 words that I think would be helpful, 4 phrases for you to remember and not be scared to share. to say, I'm sorry, to say thank you, to say excuse me, or to say please. But the greatest of these that you can ever say is I love you. You know, the part of my job that is most difficult isn't necessarily the criticism or the disagreements. It's the times that I've had to be there with families at the last stages of a person's life, where I had to go to Lordsburg, New Mexico, and share with the family that their son was just killed in the line of duty. Or being at bedside of a veteran who's a Purple Heart recipient about to pass out in New Mexico. Or just this morning when I spoke in Santa Fe to our fallen officers and their families. At those moments, they didn't ask to please bring my state championship trophy so I can hold it just a little bit longer before I pass. They didn't ask, can you please bring my Purple Heart because I want to clench it right before I go. They didn't ask, bring me my cell phone so I can look at my IG and my Facebook to see how many likes that I have. They asked for their loved ones. They asked for those to be closest to them, to be near them. We're fortunate in a position or in a situation where we're at the last stages of our life, but we are in a position to draw those people closest to you, those that you love, and every day remind them how grateful that you are. And my last point that I would like to share, if you just give me a moment. It was hot in there. But I share this with you 35 years later. You may go to different high schools, but you're only ever going to graduate from one high school. Today, you will join the family of Silver High School alumni. My message to you is be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you're from. Be proud of this community and this state. And wherever life takes you, I would hope that if ever you have an opportunity to come back and make a difference, that you do so, because we need you. Welcome to the family of Silver High School alumni. And the last thing that I have to say is go Fighting Colts. Thank you.
Brock, can you come up, please? You're going to introduce Leek, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Is it on? Hello, everyone. Our 2026 Salutatorian is Luke Staley. Luke is the son of Daniel and Andrea Staley. He is the fifth of 7 children with 5 sisters and 1 brother. Luke is a member of the National Honor Society and played on the SHS varsity football team for 4 years. Luke was also a 4-year member of the Silver Studios, where he helped live stream events, film and edit short films. He is also the man behind many of the laser engraved codes and community plaques. After graduation, Luke plans to serve a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Following his mission, he plans to attend college where he hopes to pursue a path in education.
Hello? There we go. Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2026. Standing out here on this field feels a little different today. For some of us, this is a place we spent a lot of time over the past 4 years. Usually a lot louder, a lot more intense. Okay, sorry. The sneaking hat. I'll just leave it. Can I leave it? Okay. Yeah, it's been fun.
It's fine, right?
Pardon the hair. It is what it is. For some of us, this is a place we spent a lot of time over the past 4 years. Usually a lot louder, a lot more intense, and with a lot more running involved, which was definitely not my favorite part. Today, not so much. But being back out here does remind me of something. A lot of the work on a field like this can get noticed. Most people remember the highlights, the big plays, and we've had a few good highlights over the past couple of years. Most of them film. Some we're glad aren't on film. By the way, hello. Okay, that one's better. By the way, congratulations, Gavin, on receiving that sportsmanship scholarship. You're welcome. But I think it's more important to remember what led to those highlights. It's the consistency, the people doing their job so everything else works. And thinking about it now, high school was a lot like that. Most of us didn't feel like most of it didn't feel like something we'd look back on it one day. It felt like early mornings, late nights, practices, assignments, and at least a few moments of wondering why we signed up for it all in the first place. A lot of it was routine, a lot of it felt pretty ordinary in the moment. And I think that's what makes today a little strange, because now those ordinary days might be the ones we'll remember most. Over the past 4 years, we've all been working towards something, even if we didn't always realize it at the time. Not just grades or accomplishments, but habits, discipline, responsibility, the ability to keep going even when things weren't ideal. Because the truth is, a lot of what mattered most during these years wasn't always visible. It wasn't always the big moments or the things that got recognized. A lot of it was just showing up day after day, doing what needed to be done, even when we didn't really feel like doing it. There are people here who balanced school with jobs, people who dealt with injuries, setbacks, or things going on at home that most of us never saw or even had a clue about. People who kept going, even when it would have been easier not to. And to those of you who dealt with those setbacks and issues, and you're still here today, getting ready to walk across the stage, I take my hat off to you. It's already off, otherwise I would. And there are also people here who made this experience possible in ways we don't always think about. Teachers, coaches, staff, parents, people who showed up for us consistently, usually without a lot of recognition, and probably with a lot more patience than we deserved. I think one of the most important things we've learned, whether we realize it or not, is that not everything meaningful gets noticed, and that's okay. Because of a lot of what actually matters, how you work, how you treat people, whether you follow through on what you say you'll do, that happens when no one's really paying attention. As we move forward, I don't think a lot of us have everything figured out yet. Some people have a clear plan, some don't, and most of us are probably somewhere in between. And if you think you do have everything figured out already, you can let the rest of us know how that goes. But maybe having it all figured out isn't the most important thing. Maybe what matters most is who we become in the process. Whether we become people who show up, people who do what they said would do, people others can rely on, not because they have to, but because they choose to. Because wherever we go from here, there are going to be challenges, setbacks, and things that don't go the way we expect. That part doesn't really change, and it's not supposed to. What does matter is how we handle those changes, whether we stay consistent, whether we take responsibility, whether we keep moving forward. So as we leave here and go in different directions, I don't think the goal is to have everything figured out right away. At least I hope that's not the goal. I think the goal at this point in time is much more basic than that. To be dependable, to take pride in doing things the right way, and to become someone that others can trust and rely on. If we can do that, wherever we end up will take care of itself. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it. Thank you. Take those things out. What's that?
We just came up to congratulate you. Good job. Good job.
That'll put more hardware on.
Thank you.
Do you introduce
Jayliana
the proclamation?
Castillo, SHS Senior Class President, will now introduce our valedictorian.
Our 2026 valedictorian is Brock Anderson Amaro. Brock is the son of Candace Anderson and Jason Amaro. He has two sisters. Brock is a member of National Honor Society, a member of Student Council, and serves as the student body president, the leader of the House of Abisabindi, and recently received his certified nursing assistant certification through the dual enrollment program with WNMU. Brock played for SHS soccer team for 3 years, the basketball team for 1 year, ran the cross-country team for 4 years, and ran track for 5 years. This June, Brock plans to compete at the Adidas Track National Competition in North Carolina with his relay teammates. Brock plans on serving a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and then afterwards attend Northern Arizona University for aerospace engineering and aviation. Brock wants to thank his mom and dad for the support and love they have surrounded him with, all his teachers, every coach, administrators, friends, bus drivers, and the biggest thank you to the class of 2026 for being the best classmates and friends. Good luck, Brock.
Good evening, Silver High faculty, esteemed members of the board, Superintendent Hawkins, family, friends, and the class of 2026. I'm so excited and honored to be able to speak tonight. Before I go any further, I would like to thank a few people, including Mr. Hawkins, Miss Barris, Mr. Wilson, Miss McMillan, and Miss Cornwell. My coaches, Cody, Roy, Matt, JJ, and Chris. Both Coach Rogers, Kimmick, and Coach Beck. Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Wilson, Miss McMillan, and Miss Cornwell. Thank you for being the superintendent, and Miss Barris. Thank you for being the superintendent, assistant, a superintendent, and the teachers I truly look up to. Thank you for setting a standard of excellence in our district and in the classroom, and caring about the success of every student you've taught or interacted with. Next, I want to thank all the aforementioned coaches. Each one has had a profound impact on my life. I will forever be thankful for the countless hours they have invested in myself and in the teams they've coached. Not only were we able to succeed as a team, but also as becoming better athletes and individuals. Lastly, thank you, Mom, Dad, and Zoe, for being the best support system, the best hype, the coolest family, and raising me to be the person I am today. If you know me, you know I love to run. If you don't know me, I love to run. When I'm feeling happy, I run. When I have a history assignment due at 11:59 p.m., I run. The really cool thing about running are the things you can learn about yourself, about success and fitness, about life. All of it is a process. All of it involves tenacity and constant trial and error, and learning to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Knowing that in the end, you'll come out of it stronger, maybe faster, a little more fit, and definitely closer to your end goals. Education has been a process. So let's do the process. The first step is building your base. This is the grindy part of running. Countless hours of repetition under the hot sun, building strength in your legs and heart to eventually be able to withstand the race you will enter into later. Your base started in kindergarten and continued to build all the way through 8th grade. Learning how to make friends and survive the playground, navigating middle school drama, and learning the expectations of teachers along with a multitude of other fundamental moments and habits that have led you to the next step. After you built this solid base, you're ready for some fine-tuning. This is what we call the speed work phase. This is where the pace picks up and the demands are greater. Hill repeats until you can't feel your legs. Sprints for hours, mentally and physically feeling like you cannot keep going, but you do it anyway. This is the part of the process that feels the hardest at time, but yields the greatest amount of success. Being uncomfortable is growth. Failing is growth. This phase is high school. Deadlines, group projects, and long essays. ACT testing, AP classes, and packed school schedules. All while balancing sports, family dynamics, work, and any other life complexities. Some days it's manageable, other days overwhelming. However, while all this is happening, you are doing something incredible. You are becoming better. You've embraced the challenge. What used to be hard or what seemed impossible, you have chosen to overcome because of your perseverance and hard work. The final step, race day. After 12 years of building a base, refining your skills, becoming the best version of yourself, you are ready to go. Today marks the start of everything you've been working towards. As we begin our next step, remember to love the process. Find gratitude in the smallest things, and it's just as important as finding gratitude in the great things. Tell the important people in your life that you love them. Appreciate the small wins. Rely on the building blocks from the beginning, the strong relationship, your core values, the hard lessons. These are the things that will help carry you through life. Remember your work ethic. Keep trying endlessly, even if you fall. Find joy in other successes. The pace we run will look different for each one of us. Choose to lift up those around you and allow others to do the same for you. Class of 2026, you have been the best friends and classmates I have ever had, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Brock and Luke. Great job. Let's give our salutatorian and valedictorian another round of applause. It is now my honor to certify these students for graduation. Superintendent and Silver Consolidated School Board. As principal of Silver High School, I certify that the class of 2026, as presented to me by the senior counselor, has met all requirements by the state of New Mexico and the Silver Consolidated School District. Therefore, it is with great pride that I present them to you on this 22nd day of May 2026 for graduation. Mrs. Berry and Mrs. Gomez Johnson, the time has arrived. Please direct the students to the right side of the stage as they prepare to cross the stage.
Kaylee Summer Wenzel. She will be attending Western New Mexico to pursue radiology technician. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. Zanelle Randleman. She will be attending Clarendon College to pursue a degree in agriculture education and agriculture communication. Arena Cheyenne Rogers. She will be attending Clarendon College to pursue a degree in equine industry and business. She will also be on the rodeo team and the horse judging team. Ella Peralt. She will be joining the United States Air Force. Angelina Wilson. Thank you, Mom and Dad and family, for all the love and support. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Josiah David Madrid. Thank you to my family for everything they do. Ocean Love Lopez. He will be attending the University of Hawaii for marine biology. Julian Atokane Tumpaski Sanchez. He will be attending the University of Arizona to study business. Simeon Hawkins. I am blessed to have such supportive family and friends. Jace Eagle. He will be pursuing an engineering degree at Oregon State University. Courtney Torres. Thank you to my mom and dad for everything you do for me. Alexa Chavez. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to pursue forestry and wildlife. Wyatt Donovan. Thank you to my mom and dad and all my family. Evan L. Bigley. He will be working construction and managing my small business this summer. Joelle Renee Valles. Thank you to all the people who helped me grow. Carolyn Marie Coltrane. She will be attending New Mexico State University to pursue a degree in criminal justice and psychology. Grace Montoya. Thanks to my friends, the English flunkies, and my family. She will continue her education with a double major in cybersecurity and veterinary technology. Leah Hartwell. Thank you to my friends and family for their constant support in everything I do, and a special thank you to my dad for always pushing me to do my best. Bailey Clement. It's been so much fun. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for making sure I got here. Thank you, Allison and Leah, for making high school fun. And thank you to all my teachers for making this night possible. Allison Terrazas. I want to thank my teachers for pushing me to do my best, the band for the memories, and most of all, my loving family for supporting me through it all. Jaden Peter Madrid. Thanks to everyone who supported me. You know who you are. You are amazing. Love you, Mom. Derek Amador. Thank you, Mom, for everything you do. Preston Pilley. Thanks to my family who believed in me. Cody William Arsola. I want to say thank you to God for being so blessed and having such a supportive family. Benny Flores. Shout out to everyone in my life that helped shape me. Love you, Dad. Mazi Reyes. He plans to become a diesel mechanic. Thank you for all the support, Mom and Dad. Kale Golden. Gonna go weld pipe. I love my boys and I love my family. Mateo Gutierrez. He will be joining the United States Navy. Colin DeWald. He will be attending CNM in Albuquerque. Jason Reyes. He's going to NMSU to make his 6 parents proud. Maria Jashaline Garcia. We up. Love you all. Eden Cordero. Committed to Pacific University to continue wrestling and study kinesiology. Brianna Salas. Biggest thank you to my mama. Isabella Blessings Bennett. She will be attending the University of New Mexico to pursue a degree in psychology. Zoe Ping. Thank you to my family for always supporting me. Daniela Canas Rodriguez. Thank you for all the people that were there for me, the ones who never let me down, and to my parents who worked so hard to bring me to this country with so much opportunities. Leilene Quezada Madrid. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Nathan B.P. Hall. From the reservation to the world. Carmen Medina. Thanks to my mom and stepdad for everything. Katie Lynn Marie Daly. Thank you to my family and especially my dad. Riley Joe Villalobos. She will be attending Southern Utah University to pursue a degree in aeronautical science. Janelle Portillo. Thank you to my family for always supporting me through school. I love you all so very much. Estrella Angelina Jimenez. She will be attending New Mexico State University to pursue a degree in sonography. Zoe Grotto. She will be attending New Mexico State University. Alina Mayan Polanco. She will be attending New Mexico State University to pursue an associate's degree in radiologic technology. Jeremiah Chacon. He will be attending New Mexico State University to pursue a degree in marketing. Javon Alexander Easter. It's been a long year. Javon out. Jordan Isabella Andazola. I couldn't have done it without my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. Kasia Brown. She will be going to Oregon State University to pursue forensic psychology. Faith Wenzel. It's only up from here. Rose Valenzuela. Thank you to my auntie for pushing me to be the best. I always love you. Delilah Rochelle Munoz. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for pushing me to the end. I love you. Kylie Rose Pierpont. Thanks to my family and friends for everything. Raquel Aquino. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and everyone who got me here. Evangelina Bird. She will be attending Western New Mexico University. Sofia Chavez. I did it for me. Keaton Gage Castillo Henderson. Finally free. Azaria Jaylene Davalos. She plans on opening her own bakery. Rosalind Montoya Brown. Josephine Maxwell Healy. Thank you to my family, but mostly my mama, you helped me most. Jeremy C.S. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Nana, and my family. Love you guys. Neela Neve Vasquez. Thank you, Grandma, for loving me and not letting me quit. I love you. Azalea Quintana. Thank you to my family and teachers for everything you've done for me. Nicolette Jaramillo. Thank the Lord for getting me through everything in life. Thank you, Mom, Uncle, Grandma Espy, Grandpa, and my family who were there for me when no one was. Thank you to everyone who supported me through my journey. I love you all. Diana Neola Miranda. Thank you to my dad, mom, brothers, sisters, and my boyfriend. Alyssa Marie Rios. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to pursue a bachelor's degree in biology. Michaela Yasmin Sapien. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to pursue her bachelor's degree in nursing. Thank you to all my family and friends for supporting me always. All glory to God. Taliana Lizette Castillo. She will be going to Northern New Mexico University to pursue engineering and play basketball. Myrna Kamal El Housery. She will be going to the University of New Mexico to pursue medicine, and she will like to thank her sister Malak and her parents for their support. Malak Kamal El Housery. She will be going to the University of New Mexico to pursue medicine, and she would like to thank her sister Miranda and her family for their support. Brock Anderson Amaro. I would like to thank all the coaches, teachers, and bus drivers for making my school and sports experience amazing. Most of all, thank you, Mom, Dad, and Zoe for being the best and supporting me unconditionally. Dane Stanley Kopernicki. I would like to thank my friends and family for being an example to me. John Axel Campbell. I would like to thank all my teachers, coaches, and friends, but most importantly, my family, my Heavenly Father, and Jesus Christ. Luke Staley. I would like to thank all my coaches, teachers, and most importantly, my parents. Thank you for everything. Caitlin Marie Rogers. Thank you to my coaches, my band family, my NHD family, soccer and track families. Most of all, thank you to my parents and siblings. I love you guys so much. Maxwell Alberto Johnson. Thank you to my mom and dad, Tata, Marcella, my twin Michaela. Lil Scruffy is out. Logan Wooten. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Love you, Fighting Colts. Clell David Daniel Wright. Thank you to my mom, Aunt Paula, Grandma, and Papa for supporting me no matter what. Jeremiah Lorenzo Marcial. Thank you to my parents for everything you have done. Keanu Amawuro Neves Wilson. He will be attending Elmhurst University to play soccer and major in psychology. Amelia Guadiana. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to major in medical technology. Michael James Jimenez. Trust in the Lord. Caden Para. Couldn't have done it without my family. Makai Grant. We did it, class of 2026. Elijah Sandoval Lamb. Thanks to my family and the man above, on to the next. David Palomares. Derek O'Neill. He will be suing a career in law enforcement. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Nora Bratcher. She will be going to the University of New Mexico to the College of Nursing. Thank you to my family. Jeremy Tavison. Thank you for everything, Mom and Dad. Ashton Eric McFarlane. They ain't believe us. God did. Javier Mando Loya. I did this for my parents to make them proud. Jacob Brody Verdugo. I want to thank my mom and dad for everything they've done for me and my sisters. I wouldn't be where I am without them. Love you. Can't wait to see where my life goes. Hector Tinajero. Playing video games got me somewhere. Also, thank you for everyone who pushed me this far. Happy birthday, Mom. Nisa Marie Tinajero. I want to thank my parents for all the support and guidance all these years and for more to come. Also, Danity, I'm glad we are graduating together. My lifetime besties till the end of time. Wisconsin, here I come. Danity Shalea Gore. Thank you to all of my family, friends, and parents. You've always supported me and pushed me to be the best I can be. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. Diego Cruz Cisneros. I did it. I hope you are proud, Mom and Dad. Cooper Sepulveda Zimmerman. Thank you to my family for making me the person I am today. Kenny Richards. Graduation is not the end, it's the start of my next chapter. Joaquim Montoya. God bless and thanks, Mom. Cruz Burola. Thank you to my family. Angelicia Medina. Thank you for everything you did for me, Mom. Love you. Kai Gill. Thank you, Mom, Grandma, and Grandpa, for all that you do. Dennis Verlander. Done finally. Mia Madrid. I want to thank my wonderful siblings, Abel, Destiny, and Astrid, and my parents for everything you do for me. I love you, Mom and Dad. Kira Searles. Thank you to everyone who supported me. I did it. Emma Anel Grupp. She will be attending Eastern New Mexico University to pursue dental hygiene. Mia Paradise Cordova. Thank you to all who have loved and supported me. Thank you most to my Grandma Eve. Stevie Brines. She will be attending Western New Mexico University. I would like to thank my family for all the support. I love you, Mom, for everything. Milo Jefferson Samuel Brines. I love you, Mom. You are the real state champion, the real All-American, the real winner, my MVP. We love you, Mom. Caden Lavelle Housley Arain. Jason West. Joshua Vesley. Thank you to my family for supporting me. Shaylin Tavener. Happy we made it. Thank you to my family and friends. Love you guys so much. Penelope Cisneros. Glad it's over. Allie Mae Miller. Couldn't have done it without my ace and Ozzy and my favorite underclassmen. Zadrian Rivera. He will be joining the Marines. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for pushing me to become who I am today. Isabel Ray Villa. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to pursue a degree in nursing. Braylyn Taylor Lopez. She will be attending Western New Mexico University to pursue a degree in criminal justice. Michael Amador. Thank you to my family, especially Mom and Dad, for always supporting me. Christian Mines. I love my family. You guys are awesome sauce. Janet Gonzalez. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Sitlali Keith. Attending New Mexico State University for Forensic Science and Criminal Justice. Seneca Renee Reyes. All glory to God. Xavier Eloy Castillo. He will be serving in the New Mexico National Guard. Noah Welch. Live a happy life no matter what. Cody Frederickson. Thank you to my family and teachers for supporting me. Seth Andrew Scarborough. To my mom and grandpa, thank you for always being there to support me. Gage Aguilera. Amara Arsola. Thank you to everyone who has supported me. Beja Teran. She is joining the United States Marine Corps to become an electrical marine while pursuing a degree in psychology. Zane Polanco. Thanks to all my family who always wanted my best. Mom, I promise to do the best for you and Jada. Atherine Reyes. Thanks to my family. Geraldo Arraga. True success is not what we possess, but what we preserve and uplift in others. Thank you, family and friends. Javen Melendez. Thank you, friends and family, for the love and support for the past few years. Naisa Melendez. Thank you for everyone's love and support. Cody Langang. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Okay, at this time, we will be turning off the lights for a special surprise presentation. We ask that all guests please remain seated and direct your attention to the sky. David, go ahead and turn the lights off. I can't see.
Come towards us.
Okay. We're almost there. Okay. Thank you. We'll just trade places here. Oh, we're supposed to do a count. Forgot, we're supposed to do a countdown from 10 to 1. Count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
you will receive from Silver High School, and this is the last act you will perform as Silver High School students. The turning of the tassel ceremony symbolizes one transition from candidate to graduate. And with this act, you are taking an oath for yourself, your family, and for your community. The oath states as follows.
We vow to ourselves and to our community to uphold strong morals, honest dignity, and bravery. We will continue to fight for the sacred ideals that we hold dear. We will respect and obey laws of our community and will strive to inspire others to do the same. In all of these ways, we will create a better and brighter future for ourselves and for those who come after us. On the count of 3, we would like to ask the graduating class of 2026 to turn your tassels from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3.
You're welcome.
Good job. Mr. Hawkins and Silver Consolidated School Board, I present to you Silver High School Class of 2026. They were excited.
They can't follow directions.
Okay. They were excited. That's it. What do I say?
So what happens next?
Families can come down and take pictures. Do you want me to tell them?
Do you let them know they're done?
Tell 'em?
What do you got to tell
Okay.
them?
All right. Thank you, everyone. Please use this time to take pictures and celebrate with your seniors. Can you play the school's their senior song, please?